130 square metres, there's lots of examples of this when we need to tidy up things. We do need to tidy up stuff, and there's an example where we can do it, and we're just rejecting it out of hand on principle rather than common sense and practical application of the policies we've got. That's why I can't support this, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Councillor Cashmore.
Just a question to your good self, sir, or to Mr. Kimpton. If this proposal not to revoke goes forth, does that mean that the land could not be put up for sale by the revocation of the status in the future?
Look, Tisha, you might want to add to it, but there's no reason why this couldn't be brought back to this committee if there was a decision to consider revoking it in the future. The local board could bring that.
So if a local board develops its plans and decides that, okay, now we have got a park plan, this particular access way being narrow and potentially unsafe is not required, then they could potentially approach the owner, whether it's the same owner or not, for sale. So it's not precluding it happening in the future.
So Letitia, do you want to comment on this? And then I do have one other suggestion, but is there anything you want to add?
Sure. What we'd normally do is these parcels of land would come to us if a council department had declared them surplus. They are incredibly difficult to dispose of. What we always do is, because we can't put them on the open market, they can only go to an adjoining landowner. So what we always do in the first instance is contact the adjoining landowner or adjoining landowners, see if they want to purchase them, and then run it through our standard process, because it's a waste of everyone's time and resources otherwise. Honestly, 99 times out of 100, no one's interested in purchasing them. And sometimes that's the case where people have built fences over the top of them, sleep outs on the top of them, like you name it, we've seen it. Yeah. And they've been completely formed, utilised, incorporated into someone's property, and they're getting it for ratepayers' benefit, essentially. We're still continuing to actually own those properties. There's no benefit to anyone else. It's in someone's private use. In this instance, an adjoining owner purchased us and made the point that this property was not being maintained. She was mowing the lawn, she was picking up rubbish. That was.
Come on, I think you've answered the question, Letitia.
Yeah.
I think you're getting into debate. Thank you.
No. If I could just
I think you've answered the question.
If I could just make a point following on from Councillor Cooper.
No, I mean,
It's so much for impartiality in the chair. Impartiality in the chair. I might start chairing meetings and defending Remuera.
I can't hear actually.
Oh,
just on the delay that was referred to.
Standing orders.
Well, actually, once we're into debate, you don't
fine.
really get a chance to debate and put your case correct.
Particularly your case, Letitia.
Yeah, your case.
Your case, Letitia's.
Mr. Chairman,
he's still finishing.
Just further to the answer that I've got, then potentially that this area is going to be intensified because it's got an uplift zoning, then, and if this bit of land adds to that particular property's, enables them to actually create more subdivision, then it could actually come forward in the future. So
yeah. Okay. If no other speakers, I'll put
You better reply.
I thought Dean was going to say something.
All right, I've listened to everybody's comments.
I have nothing further.
Should have, Dean.
You dare not.
Oh, that's impartial.
A couple of things I've heard so far is Parks didn't say it was unsafe. They said, quote, it's a non-utilised access way. We had one councillor who went on site and two kids walked down it. We have a worn path. Look at the picture. How can a non-utilised access way have a worn path? Look at the picture.
Where does it
It's the
show
woman.
It's not 1.2
The
metres.
neighbour mowing it every bloody week.
It's 1 point. Well, I just
She's
heard
mowing
Letitia
it.
say the neighbour's picking up rubbish. Who's dropping the rubbish? The kids using the access way.
It's the other neighbour.
Those kids should not
Councillor
be on
Darby
there.
during his inspection from hell.
Going down the road.
order, please.
Throwing it.
The
Littering
access
children.
way is not 1.2 metres wide, it's 3 metres wide. It's up to the local board to make it safe, to make it more usable, to dress it up, to sign it up. They can do whatever they want because we gave them that responsibility. So please don't stomp on this local board. They had unanimous rejection of this. That's why I hope everybody will be
Unanimous rejection?
supporting the rejection of the sale and the rejection of the revocation of our land. And I'll tell you what, lots and lots of people are watching this decision because they've been reading the Herald and they know that there's whole parcels of land throughout Auckland all being primed for sale, because that's what Bernard's been saying. So everybody's watching this one. Sorry, it's the first, Letitia, but it's got to be a no. And it will be a no anytime the local board come to me and say we have a better use for it. Because this is meant to be surplus to requirements. This land isn't surplus to requirements. It's an access way for a local park that they want to keep. So let them keep it.
Okay.
By division.
I'll put the, by division, put the vote.
Councillor Nye.
Aye.
Councillor Brewer.
No.
Councillor Casey.
Yes.
Councillor Cashmore.
Yes.
Councillor Cooper.
No.
Councillor Darby. 4. Councillor Crum.
Against.
Member Taipari.
4.
Councillor Penrose.
No.
Councillor Stewart.
No.
Councillor Sir John Walker. Councillor Watson.
Yes.
Councillor Webster.
No.
Member Wilcox.
Yes. Yes.
Hung Parliament.
Oh, it's carried 8-7.
We get it wrong.
That completes that. Thank you, Letitia. Thank you.
You can go now.
I just wonder, do you think there needs to be another motion? Or
Look, so I think I was just reflecting on it with the chair. We've effectively voted not to revoke this reserve status of the land, and so that's fine. The decision is the decision, but I'm wondering if the obligation that sits alongside that is to make sure, in partnership with the local board, we care for that land and we do what needs to be done to it. So I think that's the deal, to put it in a colloquial fashion. And we need to be able to match up in that way, have the right conversation with the landowner and agree with the local board how that piece of land will now be properly cared for under council management, not leaving it to the landowner.
Local budget.
Mr Chair, I hope that's the case, because we don't do it very good and they walk ways out south either. Terribly look
So
after them.
we can leave that with you, Deputy Chair
Not
Gillen.
giving them any more money.
Mr Chair, does that mean that the board gets extra funding?
No, absolutely
We
not.
clear on that?
The Alliance Party lives on.
With that,
Nice try.
Yes, they could have taken the money from it.
I think it's
and
good to
built
have the
their
board
playground.
members here. They've heard our
Sausage
direction from the Chief Operating Officer, and they'll go away and start the process to do that work. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Letitia. Thank you. We now go